4 minutes, Drew.
Do you want to fill them out for me as I'm reading?
I suppose.
Thank you.
The highest.
How did it go on Friday? I figured since I didn't get a call, they didn't need my.
Okay, I wouldn't expect necessarily you getting a call, though there were a few questions that only you could answer, because you were the only one that was at both interviews.
That wasn't bad.
Oh,
Yeah, and I had told Mark to feel free to give me a call.
It's,
Or even if the investigator needs to give me a call.
yeah,
Wasn't one of them
he
either.
may, but I doubt it.
I'm new.
And
I wasn't one of them either.
so we'll see.
Oh, I like to
We'll
spread
probably
out.
have until
Bad checks, 3.
4
Nice.
o'clock or whatever
That's nice.
Friday to turn anything else additional in, so,
Scumbags.
Did the other side show up?
by phone. Like any good investigator, he didn't tip his hand at all, though some of the questions that he was asking did seem to be in our favor. We won't know until we.
Well, I will reach out to Mark and just see if there were questions that, he wants me to respond to.
Don't sound good, does it?
I was gonna say, so,
That's scary.
yes, I know.
We went through with the first week of school and, the kids going back to school, all of a sudden, like, the cold just swept through our house. Like, all those germs, all those school germs.
Maybe they should do, first week of August or something, they have
Get them all
everybody
together.
show up for 1 or 2 days, and then they go home, and then
That's right, get everybody's immune system kicked back over.
Mike, we work late today, huh? Mike,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that smell over there.
I don't know, I didn't know.
I spent a little over, I don't know, $5,000 today. My boss is happy with me.
This happy as he always is with you.
Almost. Man, the job done.
Are we expecting Josh?
No.
he's at, I guess, the MMA conference or something.
Oh,
It's
up
all
in
done.
Bangor,
I'll
yeah.
catch it again till next year.
So you can stretch out.
Once a year. I don't know if the guys can do it. They get down in that hole. It's a vault. It's 45 feet. It's about the size of this room. You can't stand up in it. And then they need a shovel. And they shovel it over to a suction hose. Not gonna do it. Just couldn't do it.
Not many people could.
I'll just tell my children there's treasure buried there and they'll be in there digging away. They won't have any problem.
It's a wet well down in my down in the sewer, and it's. I don't know if guys can do it. I couldn't do it. I had no way I had to get in there. If I fall in there, just close the lid. Don't even let me in. Don't come get me.
Anytime, Alden. Thank you. I'll call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum this evening. 4 out of the 5 selectmen are here. Could we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Amendments to the agenda. One, under the consent agenda, we're going to be removing approval of September 20th Selectmen meeting minutes. There's a couple adjustments that need to be made on that. And we will add approval of September 27th meeting minutes. Any other?
That'll be E then.
Yeah, or you can make it B, just cross out the 0 and make it a 7.
You got it.
Oh, you have a copy of that.
Did you go get it out of your box?
No, I did not.
Any other amendments?
Do you want it, Mark? I'll go get it.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Public comment? Any public comment this evening? Seeing none. Consent agenda.
I have a question on it, but Calvin's not here to ask for gasoline.
Do you want to postpone it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see him.
All right, we'll go on to action and discussion items. Sheriff Sampson and Deputy Gagnon.
It's actually, he's the chief deputy.
Chief Deputy.
Chief deputy, yeah.
Chief Deputy.
I've been called for it.
Is that like very special agent?
Pretty much what we've been doing is trying to get in touch with the towns we serve, towns in the Androscoggin County, and it's taken us a little while to get to this point, but it's something we figure when you have a face to a name, if you have issues, you might be more comfortable contacting us or reaching out, which is what we're trying to do, form better relationships with the communities within Androscoggin County. And that was why we came here tonight. You're the 4th or 5th town we've been to now. No particular order, we just have to arrange around other things. It's taken us a while, I think, to get to this point, longer than we had hoped it would take. And we'd like to try to make it at least an appearance to get a feel for the community, or maybe to have more back and forth, at least quarterly. Really no purpose other than to introduce myself. I'm the sheriff, Eric Sampson. This is Chief Deputy William Gagnon. And if you ever have any issues, feel free to contact us. We did leave contact information with your clerk. If we would have thought of bringing more business cards, we would have handed them out individually too. Other than that, we really have no issues. We brought a little summary of what's been going on in your community the past couple of years, keeping in mind that we have a call sharing agreement with the state police. So this is reflective of 6 months in every given year. And we patrol your community along with other towns at the same time. And if you have any questions about that now or at a later time, we'd be happy to answer that for you.
What's an abandoned 911 call? Somebody calls, hangs up on you?
Yeah. And we investigate them all, or respond to them all. Sometimes we have problems where it'll be off a tower, cell phone in an area. Those are a little harder to do, but I know from my experience working patrol in the town of Durham, when you have issues close to Freeport, that happens a little bit more frequently. But oftentimes there's, through door knocking or paying attention to what's going on 1 or 2 in the morning, can usually identify where the phone calls are coming from.
So you guys do 1 month and then the state does another month?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was 2 weeks, but.
No, in every county does it a little differently. Some have done away with their call sharing agreements with the state police, and if we don't have the manpower for that. And we have a pretty good relationship with the state police that we alternate with. Right now, we're covering Durham on the even months, so we're in Durham right now in October,
Okay.
and we'll be back in December. And I know that in other counties, they've done where they'll take the first call, second call, alternate weeks. So we do provide 24-hour coverage when we're covering. We have patrolmen out all night, all day. Oftentimes, calls will come in, we'll say 2:30 in the morning, just to pick a time. If our guys are free on the road, even if it's state police turn to covering, if they request us to, we will respond as long as we're free. Understanding that they cover different areas at the same time, and their scheduling is a little different than ours. The agreement calls for, if it's something with some degree of follow-up or investigation, we'll probably go to keep the peace, for lack of a better term. Then they'll come if investigation or follow-through or something that's going to consume a lot of time is involved.
I don't know if you even have a way of telling that, how's our,
Comparison?
Comparison, yeah. I mean, I'm sure some things were considerably lower than other areas, and some things were probably considerably higher.
Without looking at this, I can tell you that other than a lot of calls about speeders at night on your throughways, or maybe people suspected of operating under the influence that come in at night, you have a higher call volume during the day. Maybe it's because you have a working community that's outside. I know in 2014, when I was on the road, there was a lot of burglaries occurring during the day. so the call volume was higher. I can't say by fact now what the difference is with your community. I think they're all similar when your population grows. But your community is a little different than some of the other smaller communities because I think you have a large, and it seems to be growing, portion of your population that probably is not here during the day. At nighttime, you have your more domestic incidents like any community. I don't think it's any different. There is issues or concerns, and you try to, because of your access to New Gloucester and the Portland area, it's hard to kind of identify where it's coming from, but we worked with Cumberland County back in the day, or even Lisbon PD. There was a rumor that a lot of people are just driving through the community for entertainment purposes, intoxicated, and then sure enough, you'll get a 911 call. Somebody was just here trying to buy beer, they're drunk, and that type of thing. But I don't think you have any type of higher crime
No.
than any other community.
This is realistic. I mean, just about every community, the motor vehicle laws and the accidents seem to be higher than the other calls. So I don't think it's anything outrageous.
I was noticing when you said this was for 6 months, and like last year's was for 6 months and 90 motor vehicle accidents, I was thinking that it looked rather high because that's 180 if you
Double it.
if you doubled it and stuff. I mean, that's like one every other day.
It probably,
I'll tell you, in
Poland is high. You guys are probably up there. But
snowstorms, there's a lot. Snowstorms, for whatever reason, Durham seems to attract a lot of cars off the road, so that can contribute to some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you were to talk to your fire or rescue, they tend to go to a lot of the calls with us that aren't just your bumper to bumper. They could probably tell you the number they're dealing with throughout the year.
Is the administrative paperwork figure, is that service of process?
No, that's more subpoenas, protection orders for criminal cases.
And I did hear you guys talking about bad checks. That's kind of, the process for that has changed. It's more of, we give people we call it a bad check packet. I can't tell you what it really is, but it gives them the information how to proceed, where maybe in 2005, it would have been handled differently. So it's not, as things go, like a lot of the crimes that you deal with frequently as a police officer, the investigation portion of it changed. Like OUIs now are more time consuming. Domestic violence charges more time consuming. There's more follow up to it. There's more checking on bail conditions. So where you might see a domestic issue that happened in your town, the time it might consume from there to the follow up after is a lot on the patrolman. And it's the same thing I think with OUI investigations now. There's a lot more to it than there was back in the 90s.
Anything further? I mean, I'm sure you alluded to it. I mean, the biggest complaints that we hear as far as police is people speeding through town. They understand it's a sparsely covered town, and
And we've done speed enforcement. We've actually gotten grants throughout the county. In Durham, we have participated in Durham. You may not have known it, but we have officers that would devote 3 or 4 hours to hit certain areas of town, and I mean they can be busy. So we have hit Durham and tried to hit some of those areas.
And with the numbers as far as car stops, I think it's fairly accurate, or at least it gives you some idea of. But there's a lot of times where, because of how this is tracked, some patrolmen might be stopping a car and it might not be logged in here. But for the most part, it's probably within some margin of error. If anything, it's under because of officers just not entering in the information. But there's a fair share of traffic done in the community. When we patrol your community, we're also doing Wales Green leads.
Yep.
So you can see the distance.
we kind of hang out down here because all the other communities around us have police protection in Androscoggin. So
Well, you're like this odd spot to cover, but in talking to your residents, if they had, ironically, a concern, as the patrolman on the street, it seems to be what's going on during the day. Whether it's kids off the bus, them being at work, the things we had at night, we have more availability for patrols at night, and I think our guys are staggering out a little bit better now. We subtracted from what you were part of the budget committee process when we took overtime funds to man another position, and that was for nighttime patrols to kind of offset that. So we're dividing up our manpower a little differently. During the day, we're not so fortunate, but in talking to community members, it was that idea where they're away from home, but maybe their kids aren't, or they're on different schedules. those types of activities. But your numbers are consistent with any of the small towns. I don't think you have some sort of crime spree going on.
We do have some people who try to help resurface a couple spots in town, I've noticed, but with their tires.
I was wondering if 136 was gonna turn into at night with wind, ice, water, and it doesn't appear to have had, I've been to some bad accidents on it, but nothing any different than before they had elevated and paved it.
Yeah.
Probably higher speeds, but.
No.
High speeds, and it's deceptive. It's deceptive thinking you've got it clear, and you really don't. The sight lines are very deceptive sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right.
We are on here for the.
Oh, that's right. So we might as well. Let's see, Shannon, did you want to speak to this too? Because you're requesting us consider police presence at the polls.
Yeah, I was checking into it simply for security reasons and the upcoming election. I would just wonder, do you provide those people?
Yeah, we thought a little bit about, the initial, and I think it might be cost prohibitive for this year, unfortunately, because it seems to be the trend from even what I read in the paper today. Some places are canceling school for election purposes, so there is some concern. They're also looking at consolidating voting places, probably for the same reason, or probably to lower costs. We have what we call a detail rate. It's a little bit higher than the hourly rate, overtime rate that the county charges for services where you'd contract to have somebody at your polling stations. If we were in your town that day, we could have somebody swing by periodically. Unfortunately, right now, the only avenue we would have to cover your polling places is that detail rate. And I believe it'll be cost prohibitive, but I would, if you do have concerns about the polling and want it checked on, you'd probably want to get in touch with the state police, or we could pass on the information to the lieutenant there to let them know, so maybe they can do periodic checks. But with the coverage we have during the day, which is 2 patrolmen, and the amount of voting places that goes on, we can't really take one of those guys and designate him any kind of area, unfortunately.
I'd like to think that voting, that there wouldn't be an issue at the polls. We've not had, historically, we've not had problems, I don't think, with.
No, we haven't.
No, and I don't think any place has. I know some years there's concerns with people bringing in firearms and things like that, but I don't think there's any record of things getting out of hand, other than maybe signs too close, and we wouldn't enforce that anyway. That's your, codes and things like that, ordinances. But there seems to be a greater concern. I don't know if it's the use of schools with, things you read about going on in society, or if it's how this current election cycle has kind of escalated to what it has.
Definitely turn interest.
It's interesting.
The rhetoric is.
And obviously we'll have people out. We won't have extra people out. We're not in this area, but we'll definitely pass on your concerns so at least somebody can be in the area, or maybe, make an appearance at your polling places. And you're only gonna have one,
I'm sorry?
You're only gonna have one polling place? Is that-
Yes, at the school.
And school, there is no school scheduled for that day.
And because it's a school, there's no firearms allowed, correct?
Right.
But yeah, they've already gone ahead and planned that as a professional development day or something, so there's no.
No, but as I said in the beginning, the reason to come here is just to introduce ourselves, and if you have any questions, feel free to call us at any time. If you want us to come back for something you're hearing about in the community, and you want to give us a heads up so we can look into it a little bit and bring you back some information on it, we're more than happy to do that for you, or through town clerk. If you have any committees you want us to be involved in, whether it's us or a designee, we do that for other communities as well. We're more than happy to help you out. I think it helps us too, to gain awareness of your community and what you guys are looking for, so just keep it in mind.
I don't have enough to do then.
No. We're always looking for more,
So, Shannon, as far as, is this something that you want us to look at? Probably put together a proposal for the next meeting, and
I'd like to, but it's also your choice.
Right, but we need, we need to know how much it would cost and all that other stuff before we could actually say yes or no to anything like that.
And when I spoke with Chief Deputy, he's quoted $49 an
It was
hour.
$49 is our rate.
The commissioner set a detail rate, and a
Yes.
4-hour minimum mandatory. So you can schedule it for 24 hours, but it has to be for 4 hours. They set that rate, and what it does is it pays the person a detail rate, which is more than an overtime rate on average, but it also takes into consideration cost of FICA and all the other things associated with it. So the county might make $1 or $2, but it's not gonna cost them anything to do it.
So it's 49 hours, I mean, $49 an hour, minimum 4 hours. Yeah.
4 hours, you know. So, and that's why I said, I understand it might be cost prohibitive, but we didn't want you to think that we didn't offer something, and we, you know, when asked, it's nothing we're pushing for, but if it's something you're interested in, it is available.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Nice meeting you all.
Have a good evening.
Good luck
Thank you
with
for
your-
coming.
Shannon, is there any times that you feel it's more important to have someone there than not?
Late in the evening when we're real busy,
So
when
something,
everybody comes back,
if we did a 4-hour stretch, what was the 4-hour stretch you'd like to have covered?
5 to 9.
5 to 9.
We close at 8, but
Right, well, that's true, but last time, I mean,
yeah,
it
the
took,
doors are still unlocked.
it took a while to,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
5 to 9, $200.
So, if it's something that you feel you need, bring a proposal and how, you know, show that you have the funds to pay for it and things like that, and we can discuss it.
And maybe look at what, since the state police is who is on duty that month, maybe do a comparison and see what they may or may not have.
Maybe they can pick up during the day, swing in.
What we didn't ask was off-duty that may moonlight.
Right.
Okay, thank you. And so, yeah, just bring it back for our next meeting and we can look at it.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, we'll go on to the next one so that we can take care of her. So, solid waste and recycling bids. We did receive 2 bids. And one bid is from Pine Tree Waste. So it's going to be for the 3 years that we were requesting from July 1st, 2017 to June 30th, 2020. Year 1, $202,534. Year 2, $206,584. And year 3, $210,716. And that includes the weekly curbside collection of solid waste and disposal, the weekly curbside collection of municipal zero sort recycling and processing, once a year collection of bulky waste and white goods, and once a year collection of universal waste, e-waste. And let's see, there is an optional item under here, and I think it looks like it's referring to the totes that you had spoken to us a couple of years ago that could be a possibility.
That would be the automatic dumping
Yeah,
capacity.
and but there's no actual different numbers associated with this.
Right. What we wanted to do is include it again, so should, for example, another community of your size nearby chose to go with a program, then we could come out and meet with you if it was halfway through the agreement to let you know that it's available and show you some cost savings. Anytime you can stop at one house once instead of twice, there's a big savings in it for you.
Okay. And the second one is from Tice Waste Management of Norway. And it is for the same time period. And each year is actually bid at the same amount, at $187,000. This bid includes curbside pickup for solid waste and recyclables for approximately 1,648 households in Durham. It includes yearly bulky waste needs per town of Durham. And they are based on the totals of solid waste and recyclables collected per ton given by the town. Should the totals of solid waste or recyclables increase by 10%, we would contact the town of Durham to negotiate additional fees accordingly. Pertaining to the request for a compacting truck to service this account, I have reached out to my banker and have his commitment that upon Durham's acceptance of this contract, we'll move forward with the purchase of a new compacting truck.
It's just one page, I just made.
Yeah, okay, so you just made several copies. Okay, so, and, so those are the numbers that we have at this point. What we'll need to do is kind of look through these and do our research on what each includes and so on, because we can't actually accept any of these until town meeting, but we need to decide on which one we want to put out to town meeting. Actually, because I have multiple copies of these. Those, and we can make more copies of that one and review them at some point. Do you wish to be notified when we're going to be actually reviewing them, or?
Yeah, it might be a good idea. I've been in the industry a long time, and we service a lot of the communities on Route 26. So I go right through Norway and Paris. As a matter of fact, my parents live in Oxford. I've never heard of that company before. So, and it sounds like they don't actually own any equipment. So my concern would be, what if that person had a truck breakdown, and
that's kind of one of those
things that are running through my.
That's one of those things that why I'm thinking we need to look at these and investigate and so on, because this is not a company I'm familiar with either, and so we need to look into things and see.
Yeah, because it sounds like you won't get trash and recycling on the same day. It would be spread out, because there's no way you could do it with one truck.
So yeah, we'll.
Interesting.
How many years have you been with you?
Quite a long time.
Since I've been here, 16 years.
Yeah, quite a long time. Matter of fact, I was the first one that came in to introduce myself to the town, and I'm pretty old. So it's been quite a few years, but we've enjoyed servicing your community. You've been great to work for. It's been great getting to know Ruth. And of course, I've known Shannon for many years now. So, yeah, absolutely. I would love to be notified, Jeff. Because I think, too, at that point, what I might do is bring Nate Chapman, the general manager, with me, because he can really give the Board of Selectmen some insight on our routes.
And I would also want to offer this company as well, because it's only fair.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then, of course, the size of the truck. Is the Packer sizable enough to meet the loads, the tonnages that we take out here each day? And is he aware that there's currently a charge for recycling at the Lewiston plant?
Yeah.
Well, I know that he lists the Lewiston Auburn Landlord Association as one of his referrals, so presumably he must be familiar with the.
Lewis.
With the
He must be picking up in
dumping.
Lewiston at the apartment units.
So,
Very interesting. Okay.
all right. So we'll need to schedule a time to actually go through and discuss these. I would, maybe 2 meetings from now, would that be?
Sounds good to me.
So that would be November 1st, is it? Yeah, so we'll make it November 1st, and so that we can discuss these and have a chance to look over them, and if you could make sure that this other company's made aware of that.
I will.
Okay.
That's 6:30, Jeff?
Yes, it'll be, the meeting will start at 6:30, yeah.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Have a good evening.
Yes, you as well. Take care, Sheila.
Yes, bye-bye.
Okay, we'll go back to the consent agenda because you did have a question on it.
Did have a question. Public Works. Calvin, I had a question about the gas usage.
Gasoline or?
Yeah, gasoline. And, I'll just pick on one of the 4-day get delivered on the, it was on the 20th?
Yeah, the
16th or something like that.
16th, 20th,
We
and
filled up our tanks, then 4 days later, we used 125 gallons. Where are we burning through 125 gallons in 4 days?
Good luck. I have to say we shouldn't be.
yeah, there were 3 bills from Mansford or Mansfield on this, and 2 of them for about 200 gallons and 1 for 125, and it just seemed like there was a lot of gasoline. Just wondering.
Shouldn't be, because we only have one gas, my truck's the only one that's gas, and then the lawnmowers.
Right, that's what I'm wondering how we, right now, it says in 1 month, we used almost 500 and some odd gallons, 132 gallons a week.
Okay, I'll check.
Thank you.
Yeah, 'cause mine's still empty.
Mine too.
You have a problem with paying them at this point?
No, we'll pay him and get back to me next meeting.
Okay, so I'll take a motion on the consent agenda.
And move we accept the consent agenda as presented with the understanding that we will get a little bit more information on the gasoline used by Public Works.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries.
So do you have those
Yep, they're in there.
clips I can look at?
Yeah, absolutely.
Solid waste. Request for proposal for website design?
Got that request?
Is it
So
here?
we can have the paperwork.
I'm looking for it.
Looks like that.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
We'll wait for Mark to get back.
Waiting on you, Mark.
That chair is taken.
It was not too bad. Just the one I had to get it early, and now I need it.
No problem.
Would this proposal include the ability to, like if people needed to, and I don't know if we can do it on our current, but like download building permit forms and that kind of things, some of the application materials that town people might be using.
Yeah, definitely.
We can actually do that today, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The permit's already online.
Yep.
The download.
I haven't applied for a building permit lately, so.
Definitely.
Yes, you have anything you want to say about this?
I would just love to get it out as soon as possible so we can get going on our,
Okay.
I'm anxious to start.
The only thing that I was thinking of, I had gone through this, and read through the RFP, and I had left a bunch of stuff in there more as a wish list than actual, what I think is actually gonna happen. Some of those things, are mobile, designs for the website so that it would be easily accessible mobily. Maybe even an app, something like that. Sharing social websites. We don't have any social platforms yet. We don't have Twitter, Facebook, or anything like that.
But we would like to.
But eventually, when we try and wrap our heads around how to do it in a responsible manner, we would like to get there. And then the other thing is a citizen request management, so we can interact more directly online with citizens, so that they could put in complaints but I think that perhaps Durham's not really there yet. So my question to you guys is, it is in the RFP, it's number 6, the last 2 bullet, and number 7, the whole thing. And I'm wondering if we should just take that out, or if you guys want to see what that might look like. I can see that too.
Could you maybe, instead of taking it out, create a new, it's called product requirements, create a optional, and maybe even request them to bid those separately so that we could remove them?
I did request that they bid them separately
Okay.
in the thing, but yeah, I think you're right, maybe separating it out into an
Optional.
optional one might be even more clear as to what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So the main things is we're looking for accessibility. We want a website that's easily accessible, easily understandable, easily navigable. I don't know if that's really a word or not.
Yes. I think so.
More easily navigated.
Yes.
Yes, and easy for us to take care of, so that the different
Manage.
departments can manage their own websites. You know, I go on the website now and I do some management, but I'm very rudimentary on what I can do. And I think that if it was something that was a little bit more clear, all of us could take care of the websites. You know, Chief's department could do his part, and then we could do our part, and we'll teach Calvin how to do his part.
Well, we're basically looking for them to give us the look and feel,
Right.
and we can
And then we build.
control the content.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. So.
With a user-friendly platform. I
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
We
it's
don't
really-
we don't need them writing HTML or.
Or just priority, like, you know, information. Just, it's like you can't find the meetings tab, and things are easily lost to the user, I think, on a current.
Finding videos.
Yeah, just some, like, things that should be
Yes.
very clear, so.
Any thoughts?
It's all good to me.
So take a motion about putting it out, maybe.
I move that we put the RFP out for website design.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you.
I hope you feel better. Thank you.
Credit card policy.
So one of the things that's come to an issue is that telecommunications has this grant for $10,000, and we need to be able to spend that money. But a lot of the stuff that we're buying is things off of Amazon and other places that, you know, you can't really get an account. You need to have a credit card in order to purchase them. And so I'm back again asking that we allow the town office to get a credit card, and I believe we were gonna get Calvin one as well.
Well, the Freightliner, the new software that we have to use to plug the trucks in, they said that the account is set up with a credit card, and then they bill that card, and so it says something about the town needs a credit card, so whether it's yours or,
Well, I think you probably should have your own credit card.
yeah, so that's.
Sounds logical to me.
It will make it easier, I would imagine, for budgeting to have each department have its own.
Yes, absolutely.
Is this, since I
Yep.
get this,
Which credit
Fire
card is
department
this?
has a credit card, correct?
You want Visa?
Yes, we do.
And do you have
I
have
don't
the
have a
same
written policy.
policy?
No, I'm assuming if you adopt this policy, it's going to be my.
It'll be
policy.
universal. So, well, that was gonna be my next question is, have you had a chance to look at the
Yes, I
proposed
have.
policy yet?
Yep, I have. No, I didn't see any issues with it and stuff. It's always been kind of a verbal discussion with the people that do have credit cards in their department, because we don't have just one. The two deputies, myself, and Diana all have on to department head, but actually, I gotta go along with what Calvin said, that we recently scheduled generator work or I scheduled the generator work over at the community center. The only way I could get them here is I had to put a credit card on it. Just because we were a municipality when they come out. Same thing with, I had Power Products come out to do service work on truck 24. They wouldn't come out, we were a regular customer without a credit card, so.
Whatever happened to cash?
What is that?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, would you, the cards you're using now, or do they have a rewards program at all, or?
No,
Would-
so Ruth and I talked some
Yeah.
about that today. I'm not crazy about our card. I'm not necessarily crazy about these combined invoices and stuff. Sometimes they become very confusing sometimes to sort out. Because I can definitely separate them by department. I know Verizon said they could do it on a cell phone bill, but I haven't seen where it happened yet. Even though we've outlined the numbers at least 2 or 3 times, but they become very confusing to sort out. But we have Bank of America.
Yep.
I'm really not crazy about that card in the first place. They don't have a reward program, and the downside with the credit card in a 2-week selectmen's meeting and no prior authorization for payment. Most credit cards, or at least Bank of America, if it comes in like tomorrow, I'm gonna be hard pressed to get the payment into them prior to that, the end of that billing cycle, or payment.
Right.
So, I would love to look, I don't know what Ruth's looking at, but I'd definitely like to look at something, but like I said, I really hope if we do all do the same card, that we can maybe, when we get the invoice, it's all separate.
I would think that these are big companies, and they do this all the time for
Lisbon.
big companies, and they split it, they've gotta have a way to do it by department.
Well, a lot of them promise it. I don't know if it's because they're too small of a customer and they don't
I don't
want to
know.
go through the trouble or what, but.
So,
Doesn't that come down to just a different number on each card?
Name on it.
Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
usually the invoice is broken down by.
Right.
I use my glasses all the
I'm not sure you have the cell phone bill right now in front of you, but.
I
it's
saw
actually
that.
all mixed
Right.
together,
Yeah.
and I have to go through and separate ours.
I saw that, yeah.
It's in the, somewhat in the, yeah.
Which is so odd to me, because even for family bills, they
They
break it
separate.
out by number.
We actually sat in a meeting and they said they'd get it separated. We both sent the information twice.
Time to get rid of them.
Easier said than done.
Except they're the best coverage in the town.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have AT&T coverage, you see?
Because the service is going down. Okay. As far as the fire department goes, if it wasn't for the coverage, I mean the customer service.
You're right.
If it wasn't for the coverage that they have in this town, I'd be saying that we should move to a different carrier. Their customer service is terrible as far as I'm concerned.
So, anybody see any issues with the policy? I'll take a motion.
Is this, which one of these cards is she looking at?
So,
One that I like.
Yeah, right now I'm dealing with the policy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I will get the policy and then we can talk card, but,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I'm all set with that.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I move that we accept the credit card policy as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Carried.
Use that where you're going.
Okay.
On the proposed cards.
Yep.
Is the second one, is there an annual fee and do we know what the,
There's not an annual fee. The reason that I like the Capital one as opposed to the Chase one, and I guess I didn't print up the rest of it, is that they have a higher cash back if you spend a huge amount of money, but if you don't spend a huge amount of money, the Capital one has a higher cash back. They have a 1.5%. There's no annual fee on any of them, and if you pay them back, within the time limit, there's no APR either. There's no interest.
And it's better to go through these companies than a credit union or anything like that. Is that what you're saying? Only reason I ask that, I know Lisbon goes through Lisbon Falls Credit Union.
They do, huh?
I've seen his card, I've used his card many times, my boss's, and his is Lisbon Falls Credit Union.
Do you know if they're a benefits card at all?
I use it in Illinois. I took his credit card, I don't know if they had fun.
It's not Lisbon Falls Credit Union, it's Lisbon Federal.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lisbon Federal, okay, get that right.
Oh, we can look into some
I
of the
just.
local banks, I didn't really look
Sometimes
into
they,
the local banks.
sometimes they're
It's
more
Lisbon
consistent, cheaper,
Community Federal Credit Union.
but I don't know
Well,
how they
you
work it
can't
down.
get cheaper than zero.
Well,
Right.
no, not for the introductory, I don't know about
If
the
we're gonna pay it off
introductory.
every month, we're not, no interest on it.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
And I don't know if the local banks do the cashback programs or not, but at least
I
it's
have
worth
no idea.
looking at the local.
You want to wait 2 weeks and be sure, or do you want us to?
I'm comfortable with what I have. If you guys are not comfortable with what I have, then
I mean, I suppose if you want, we could approve this one. If you contact them and find out that they have something better, you can always not do it and come back to us, right?
okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
fine.
good.
So, does anybody want to make a motion on?
There you go, Sarah.
No, someone else should take a turn.
I move that we approve the Capital One credit card that Ruth has requested.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Were you gonna say something?
I have 2 trucks, I guess. I'm still on that.
I'm
still reeling on that.
You have a one-time pickup, I know.
I don't do one.
But can we
I know you
also
do.
talk about the rewards, the cashback?
Yes, because, so now that, if she goes with this card and there's cashback rewards, she has a proposal of what we could do with the cashback rewards.
I have requested that we use the cashback rewards towards employee incentives or employee gatherings or something to that effect where the employees get something out of it and it doesn't cost taxpayers anything.
Should that go in front of the taxpayers or ours?
Interesting question.
I think that's, no, I don't think it has to go for the taxpayers.
It's their money that we're gonna be,
Good question, because
It's reward money.
but
Yeah,
we're using
but-
their money to get it.
but it's not been appropriated.
Right.
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Sorry.
I
That's
mean,
okay. We'll address it
we
later.
could do so, I mean, where you put it aside for the year and then at the end of the year, we have it and we could add a line to the budget and appropriate money from that to that.
A good idea. I like the idea.
Yeah, I like
the idea.
And make sure that we kind of can spread it out across the departments too.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh, $2.
yes. Well, the
200.
first year, if they spend 3,000 the first month or two, they get $300.
And we will.
And if you put your cell phone on it, it looks like you can get 5% back if you put your cell phone bill on there.
Well, that's only with the Chase.
Oh, that's the Chase, that's not the Capital One, okay.
Right.
Which one is the Capital One?
Capital is just the
Top one.
1.5%.
Okay. Okay, but that's the one you wanted, was the Capital One?
Yeah, because I don't really see us doing all that other stuff.
Okay. I was confused.
That's okay.
All right, so departments and committees, code enforcement, we have a report, from him. He's been working with, Mike Kopp about, improvements to the offices and stuff, and they're trying to pull some things together on that. That paragraph ends with decision attached. I think that belongs with the next one, because an appeal has been sent back, held in Superior
Right.
Court, has been sent back to the appeals board, and
Oh, I see, yep.
yeah. From my reading, it doesn't look like the appeals board did anything wrong. The court had a prerogative to do this and chose to do that. And he mentioned about drain issues in the bathroom. Have you looked into getting a plumber to come in and look at that yet, or?
He's working on that. He got some Drano and we're
Okay.
Working with
Way
it, working
through
through it.
Yeah.
Is that the floor drain?
No, it's the urinal drain.
The urinal drain's clogged.
That's interesting.
Of all of them. Okay.
Must have some kidney stone or something.
And,
Too much information.
Well, I'm thinking, what could clog us here?
and John Piella, is gonna be taking care of the mitigation.
Yep.
On the screen.
I think I do have your.
Fire chief, and we should have his report too. There's probably two pieces to it.
We'll start out the ladder testing. When I met with you last time, there were 2 or 3 tests coming up. The ladder testing was on the 22nd. They actually showed up on the 21st and started on it. Completed it on the 22nd. We only had one. We had no number 1 repairs. Number 1 repairs mean that it's out of service. You're not supposed to use it until you actually have it repaired. We had one number 2 repair for the ladder truck, which was actually the nozzle, the remote operation of the nozzle from the platform wasn't functioning. And then we had a couple of them that are number 3 repairs, which basically number 3 repairs, get them fixed when you have time and have some money and get them taken care of. We'll probably have them all done at the same time because they're usually minor repairs, the number 3. I've sent the material up to Northeast. They're looking at it and they're going to get back to me with a schedule for doing the repairs and stuff. So that one's in the works. Rescue 25 on the 22nd, it was also inspected in the afternoon. And that's all set. That passed its state inspection, so good to go. Homeland Security grant, I still haven't heard anything back on it. I'm assuming when I probably submit the 2015 material, I'll probably actually put a little note in there asking if they've heard anything or made any decisions on the 16 grants. Target Concrete, they've been at the station, they've cut the paving in front of the bay doors and the bollards and the tubes, the sonotubes are out back. He's waiting to hear back from the guy doing the excavation in regard to when he can make it over there to do the digging. I've been talking to Calvin about, because once we start the digging, until I have concrete all the way across, 3 of the trucks are going to have to be stored somewhere else. I'm thinking probably we'll keep, if he has enough depth in one of the bays, we'll probably put truck 24 down there, truck 24, the tanker and the forestry. And leave the other 3 at the station and just shuffle them from one side to the next as we move across the floor space. But anyways, so that, I think probably before your next meeting, actually, we'll probably have, we texted back and forth today, so I think I'll have a date probably before the weekend in regard to when Rick can make it in there and start the excavation. And I think probably before your next meeting, it's a very good possibility at least one of the sections will be poured, if not both sections poured. Got to send out a message to Crooker to see when they were going to start. I did notice, I don't know if you did that or if they did that, but it showed up today that somebody sprayed out a red square at the station for the catch basin. Was that you?
I had Ron do it, yeah. We're gonna cut that out.
Okay.
I stopped and looked at it, and that's just all that is a well tile on top of
It's
that.
the well cover.
Are we just gonna Band-Aid fix it, put another well tile, get a frame and a cover?
Yeah, that's what I gotta look at,
I looked in there and the culvert coming across the road this way is all rotted out and, you know, yeah,
I
it's,
can't see a thing in there because it was full of water when I was there. Maybe it's drying now in a drought, but.
well, it's down halfway, you can see the one going up towards Route 9's half full of dirt. It's a Band-Aid fix to put a cover on it, you know, it all has to be redone, but then if you redo it, you have no, the drain ain't going anywhere anyway, so.
Right. You'd have to go across Route 9, you'd have to,
I mean,
It's got more than go across Route 9. Right now, if you looked at it on the other side, actually right now, every year or two, I go across the street and dig it down because, and there's a hole there. The top of the culvert is actually pretty much even with the ground over there.
and that culvert's all rotted, the whole bottom of it's rotted right out.
we could
Do you-
line that maybe.
DOT's been doing culverts on Route 9 this summer. Do you know if they're scheduled to come further up? I know they were down in Pownell doing.
Well, they probably looked at that one, didn't wanna touch it, I wouldn't.
They
I was
told
look-
me they won't touch it. They said, we're not getting involved in that. That was.
It's a sketchy situation how that's built.
It's a big mess, yeah. So-
I just
to do it-
figured since Route 9 was a state road, I didn't know if we could.
Yeah. So, I mean, to put another well cover on it and a ring and cover, you're talking $300
Yeah.
from precast, and you're back in business if that's what you guys wanna do,
Set
but
a new round cover on it and I mean, I don't know what the load rating is, I mean, it should be a cone with a.
Yeah, it should have a whole new catch
Really,
basin
it's
and,
really a homemade, I don't know, if you could take a fire truck over there, it's full of water, I don't know if it'll go through it. I don't know what the, I don't know what the.
Haven't gone
PS
through it yet.
I don't know what the PSI is of that cement versus this cement, I mean, I'm making the guarantees, but.
back the way it was, I guess.
I would agree. I would think if we put it back the way it was, that it would,
Yeah. Like, if it's.
it's held up all these years.
But, I mean, no sense having Crooked do it, if we can do it for $300 at $3,500, I mean,
I'm fine with that.
I'm down with that.
We can do that, I'm fine
I'm
with
just gonna
that.
get on the Gagnons and either take some of those landscape blocks out, lower it low enough to get a cone on it.
Yeah, look at it, I don't know, cause the culverts are right there, you only got about this much room above the culvert and the cone. So you ain't get much of a cone, I mean, I know Precast is where I buy all my stuff, and they got everything right in stock too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I get it up, so I can look at it and see what's going on.
There's virtually no pitch on any of the stuff.
Oh, no, it's level.
Well, it's a good thing you're in sand, because it's all just leaching. If we didn't,
Yeah.
if we were in clay, it'd be all.
I don't know how the relationship is with Lisbon, but I know they have a piece of equipment that can suck that all out real quick, so.
Well, actually, in the past, the state has actually cleaned that out a couple of 3 times.
Too bad you can't talk and do it again for you.
Yeah.
Alright,
Well, if the state's hanging around over there doing work, maybe you can talk them into it.
you get the second
Actually,
truck.
they're gonna pave, but I think they're starting down beyond the school somewhere. They're gonna start there, go go all the way to North Yarmouth. I just got that number, just got an email the other day, they're starting, I believe, below the school.
Yeah, and in all honesty, with the catch basin, I don't know what their issue is with the catch basin, because that catch basin has been there since,
There's no
in the
rain.
70s. It's been in there since the 70s, and the culvert was theirs in the first place. So, you know, Calvin explained their issue with the other drainage up above, but actually we had an architect and an engineer that was supposed to be in charge of permits, so I really wish I even got a lawyer's determination that they were in charge of that. I really wish if the state had issues that they would have got a hold of us back then.
But they told me they just threw their hands in the air, so they had better things to do than fight with the municipality.
It wouldn't have been a fight, because it was actually part of the project requirements to meet we were actually told that the state wouldn't accept another catch basin, because we wanted to do another catch basin up there, and they told they wouldn't accept it.
Yeah.
That it was what the state wanted.
That's then, and that's what we gotta put up with now, I guess.
Yeah, but anyways, as far as I'm concerned, we passed over it all this time, so if we can do something inexpensive, I'm great with that. And keep going over it the way we had.
Good.
But the other piece I have is, and it should be part of your packet, I think, is I do have a quote from Crooker in regards to doing the striping once they actually do the paving and stuff. Hoping I could get you guys to approve that, so I can just keep things rolling once we do get it moving and stuff. It's the striping for the parking spaces, as well as it does include, we have backing lines going into the base, and it includes redoing those at the same time.
Have you just got, is this the only price that you ever got for doing lines? Have you priced anybody else? Just
I
them?
haven't priced anybody else.
No, 'cause
Yeah.
they're gonna be here doing the paving anyway.
Well, no, I don't think they use their own crew. I think
Oh,
they
someone
actually
else.
bring somebody else in, but I am not positive. You guys probably know better
They
than I
sub
do.
that out.
Sub all that out. I didn't know if we can get a price from someone else to compare against. I have nothing to compare against. I don't know if this is high, low, or what. I don't know.
Their prices aren't contingent upon it. I have no objections to go searching for another price, see if I can find somebody else. There used to be somebody local over on the Brown Road that used to do it. I don't know if he's still there.
If you're gonna get a price, this parking lot needs to be done badly, you can't even see the lines anymore. So if you're gonna have to do that, you might as well have them do this one.
Wow.
You have any money?
I don't have any money.
It's not out of the fire department's money though.
I like the way you think, but I'm not sure we got the money.
It's probably out of Public Works money.
Yeah, there we go.
What would it be, 300 bucks? What was the price for that there?
Nine.
That was 900 to do over there.
You're doing
In
the cover,
base.
they're doing that?
I mean, I could do this. I could go- they used to do them.
Well, once again, Lisbon has a striping machine too, so I don't know whether it's a good relationship here. I with them.
It's just, pay them out, but
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions, is that striping something that we can do?
I used to do it in Dixie, we used to have a paint machine.
Lisbon does all this. They got a machine and just, it's
Yeah.
just,
If
it's,
you're gonna, I mean, the
You
only,
can even rent the machines.
yeah, I mean, the only critical lines, not the only criticals, but there's the line you're using for backing the trucks in, but you just take a couple measurements, snap a line and run it down through. It sounded easy, but I know there's more to it, but
If it's already there, doing new is different. I mean, I'm used to following what's already, you take your paint, you get your sprayer and you follow what's in.
So Calvin, is this something you say you can do?
Well, I can do
Now,
that.
come on.
I can
Just saying something you can do.
do this one, but
Wait.
putting in the new ones where he's at,
All right.
I'll get prices.
Thank you.
Check and see if I can get one or two prices.
If you would, please.
we can approve.
And I will
up
see
to
if we
that.
can, I can get them to do the two, give me a price on doing both of them.
Yeah, to know what the difference is. But,
Right.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that striping is easy, but just, that does seem a little bit up there to me, but I know the paint ain't cheap, and I know it's a certain type of paint,
Reflective.
and it has to.
We'll just get you a can of spray paint and send you out there.
Well, no, we buy it at work, and we buy it, it's striping paint, it's a special type of paint, it ain't cheap, but we
Do you want to do what Mark suggests and approve to that amount? And if you can find something cheaper, then we'll go with that, or
It's up to you.
compatible, or?
That's up to you guys. I don't see it as being pressing, but if you guys want to approve it and up to $900, well then great, then I
mean,
can
we know it
actually
ain't gonna
find
be more
somebody
than
and
that,
move
so-
on it.
yeah.
So was that your, was
But
that
I'm
motion,
assuming
Mark?
$900 for the station, not $900.
Right.
I mean, if I can get both of them for both. For
Well, yeah,
$900.
that
If
would
you
be
can get
nice.
it, if you can get both of them for that price, are you gonna pay for this?
It's not actually my money to spend in the first
No,
place.
it's so Mark made a motion.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. You understand the motion?
Yep.
Okay.
Not sure I do, so I might have to ask you.
I move to approve up to $900 for striping for the station. Mike seconds.
And I will try to get some pricing for this, and I'll see what I can do, if we
Thank
can
you.
make it work for the same.
Yeah.
That same 900, because I'm sure there's a markup on that. of at
No.
least. Yeah, I'm sure there is. Yeah, and also on the floor at the station, contacted the contractor after we had our last meeting and requested a date. You know, I told them that, no, we confirmed that they have the project and requested a start date, finish date. They didn't think they could start till December. I told them that, hey, if we can make it hit in the 1st of December, so I'm actually clearing an invoice right off the first week or so of December, I can probably make that work. Two concerns with that. One is if there's any kind of delay or things fall through, we aren't gonna make it. And the other piece of it is I actually have my Department of Labor shape inspection on November 28th. The Risk Services has already written that up in their paperwork saying that, that needs to be fixed. So I'm assuming the Department of Labor will probably follow suit, so.
Well, you can show them a contract that you've got.
Right, if I can
something
show them that
coming
it's actually gonna happen, so.
Yeah.
Can we encumber that? If we know the work's being done this year, we can encumber that, so if the invoices don't come in until January,
Yeah.
it will still show on this year's budget. Okay, so.
Okay, but that's where that's it. I'm waiting to hear back from him. He was gonna check with his flooring people and see if he could make it happen to try to clear things in that timeframe. And I would agree with I might not get the shape approval until the project's completed, but I don't think I'll, yeah. And actually, under the shape program, they actually, if they find defects and stuff, they give you a certain amount of time to fix them, and then they come back and actually get written documentation of the corrections, and it's done. Let's see, the road commissioner and I were supposed to meet on Thursday, go look at the Rabbit Road and the Beaver Woods dry hydrants. I need to raise one up, and the other one I'd like to get squared around and back in service. Plus the other day with the dryness, I went to check our pond at the station, and I thought I'd been out there last year, a couple of years ago at the most, but we're gonna lose the pond, so I actually have one of the guys coming in. He's gonna come in and do sometime this week. He's gonna cut all the alders and stuff out there, cause
She's growing over or shit.
it was a bit of a project to find the pond.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's gonna come in and clear that out. So you're apt to see some brush piles start to grow, small brush piles start to grow. He's not taking the birch out or anything like that, just the alders, so we can find it, because it is, down the road, it is something I'd like to talk to Public Works about, where it's impounded. Most of my impounded ponds, they end up growing back in with cat nine tails over a 5 to 10 year period of time, so that one, and that one we use that one a lot. So that one there I need to try to stay on top of. The assistant chief, assistant EMA director position, that I posted that at the station on Monday. Basically, anybody interested in it, I gave them until October 16th to submit a written letter of interest, not a resume, but a written letter of interest and stuff, so. We'll see if I have anybody that's actually interested in doing it in the first place. I'm not certain of that. And then October 9th through the 15th is Fire Prevention Week. The Fire Prevention Week, we focus on grades K through 4, doing stop, drop, and roll, 911 calls, stuff like that. So they'll, on the Wednesday and Thursday of next week, all the students in those grades will be coming over to visit and give safety presentations.
You'll get to see both my kids.
Really? Yep, we'll be telling you a story. Yep, come home all wide and wound up. Most of them tend to have a very good time. Actually, most of the people from the department that manage to make it in and work on it have a good time.
Little boys seeing fire trucks, they're in.
Yeah. The other thing I sent over, I don't know if you guys have a copy of it or not. It's not on my report because I didn't know if I'd get it done in time or not. But I sent over PSA recruitment. I've been talking about it when we discussed the shortage of staffing at the station, that I try to do one more recruitment. And I thought maybe the best way to break the news to the townspeople, or let the townspeople know that we are hurting for staffing, was to actually incorporate the two simultaneously. So I guess I kind of wanted to run it past you and just see what you guys thought of it. If you're good with it going up, what I'd like to do is put it on the town channel, the town website, the department website, and maybe even get it out to the Tri-Town newspaper, see if they'd run it.
Could we do this, I know we've done this with other things, could we do this as an insert in the Tri-Town? So
Perhaps.
I don't know what the cost of that is, so that it would be, on colored paper or something, so that it stood out and it would be
It's the $150 for the newspaper, and then whatever it costs to buy the paper and copy it. You make 1,500 copies, and you get it to them over in, I think it's Lewiston. So it's not undoable.
We want to get it out soon as we can, because October 24th is.
We can do that next.
Right, I just didn't know what the parameters of that were.
I know their print deadline, I think, is Monday
Friday
maybe,
before.
or is Friday. I think Larry's called on maybe Monday at the
Well,
last
yeah.
ditch effort getting stuff.
I've pushed it a couple times.
Yeah, I can try to get a hold of them tomorrow or Thursday and see what it would take to make it happen, unless you know for sure.
Well, I do know we have to get it there. I think it's Friday, but you might want to ask in case it's Thursday.
We get the funds for it?
So, if we get it there next Friday, it would go out on the 19th, which would be just a little less than a week before it. I don't know if that's enough time, or if you'd rather it going out on the 12th.
If it sits there too long,
Yep.
people are not going to.
That's why I was thinking the 19th.
It's going to do no good. If it's too short a notice, people are going to have plans. So
Yeah.
what I found is the best is like a week and a half ahead of time, maybe 2 at the most. You're going to lose some people to plans, but those are the people that plan way in advance of the
So
first
19th
place.
is 5 days, and the 12th
Be
is
kind of close.
12 days.
I might be able to make it for this Friday.
Yeah.
If I could make it for this Friday, that would definitely be better timing.
Yeah, if we can find, if there's money in the budget somewhere, then probably a good way to do it.
How's your advertising budget, Chief? How's your advertising budget?
Oh, if you check my budget lines, there's nothing that says advertising at the top.
I'll tell you what, I'll pay for the advertising, you pay for my striping.
On this one.
We'll see.
A little horse trading gonna go on here.
And that was all I had for you guys, unless you guys have something for me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Road Commissioner.
What do we give you for a budget for, anyways, on paper?
Paper, yeah.
We gotta start cutting it down, I can see that right now.
You guys can share.
Half a freaking tree here I got. Come on, you ain't done yet. How many more you wanna hand around? Oh, there we go.
No, I'm gonna give them hers.
Oh, you have?
Hey, this will keep you warm this winter.
We like to call this
Training,
fire
he's in
starter.
training, he's doing a good job.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's, yeah. Well, no, unless you left in this copy. So, okay.
Alright, this is the stop ahead here. That's what you're talking about first.
Yeah. So, look at that stop ahead diagram I got from DOT. Because, you know, the only thing worse than not having good signage is having improperly placed signage. So I would like to put these stencils and paint in the pavement so that we put the white line across the end, just so people can see something's different in that black pavement. And, you know, because they're missing that stop sign and this stop ahead sign. And so I looked at what they did down on Elmwood Road coming into Route 9, and this is what they did there. I think people are just getting pretty comfortable.
You gonna have someone do this, or you gonna do
No,
it?
we could do it.
You can do it?
I ordered the stencils today, but, well, I didn't actually order them. Yeah, I actually didn't order them. I called White Signs, and they are going to find out what, these are 8 feet. These are 8 feet tall.
Rabbit Road too?
Well, I probably will. Once I get the stencils, it's just a paint. I can use them all the time.
There's all sorts of places.
Yeah, we could have a lot of fun with that.
So yeah, I'd probably do both sides.
Good, I think you should get
Every
ready.
30 feet. Well,
Once I got them, I'd probably do the one coming on from Rabbit onto Route 9, Quaker Meeting House onto Route 9. I'd probably just hit that whole stretch where they come onto the highways. I think that just breaks things up for you, and you see something in the pavement that gets your attention.
I agree.
So,
They got another layer of hot top going on over there?
in the spring.
The spring, okay.
I mean, wouldn't be able to use these stencils every year. Right. Never, so.
You were asking a question, Bill?
I didn't well, I guess it's a question or a statement, is that our rush hour accident corridors are actually that route over there, the 9, 136 and 125, but it's also down on 125 and 9 and
Yeah, I could.
Swamp Road.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can put that
I
on.
guess,
I could put that everywhere.
I guess where I was gonna head is, even if it requires budgeting and stuff, it'd be great if at all of those intersections, we could do something
Yeah.
like that. It's not gonna fix it all, but it'll definitely help us someday. It'll catch somebody's eye.
I mean, I'm just, you know, I don't know if they see that black pavement, and then you see the Rabbit Road pavement on the other side, and it just looks like a continuation of, you see that black, you don't even see that little piece of gray on Route 9, and so I don't know.
I know we had the accident there. Have there been other instances of people of confusion at that intersection?
Someone stopped in the garage and said.
Go ahead, Bill, you want us to jump in on this one? You're right up here.
I'll come to try to kill. Actually, that corridor, the worst intersection in town used to be 125 and Quaker Meeting House Road.
That's right.
Until they put that blinking light and they opened it up so you could see and everything, and they put these advanced warnings in there. But that's a rush hour corridor, big time. And if you hit the sheriff's department up for an accident report, you'll find that they pretty much follow rush hour traffic. Not always, but very close. Early, the morning stuff, say 6 is kind of early. Most of it's usually 6:30 to maybe 8:30, and then again in the evening 4 to 6 or somewhere in there. And that's when the bulk of our accidents are. But that particular intersection, it was only 2 weeks before that. I don't think it was necessarily the pavement. People, they use Durham for a shortcut, and they're
And I
just
know
trying
it has
to
come
save
up
time.
on the other end, couple of years ago, we had people in here asking for additional signage where Rabbit Road meets 136, the same kind of thing. They wanted a stop ahead sign and what have you.
Yeah,
So I know that's been another spot.
2 weeks before, we had life light to that same intersection out here. For a vehicle that, it wasn't because of the intersection per se. They rolled their vehicle and we ended up having life light in the field just before the intersection. That same week, on Monday, we had a 2-car accident at the intersection of 136 and Rabbit Road. So that
strip is...
Yeah, that whole stretch. It was probably 2 years ago that we went from one intersection to the next, all within the span of 2 hours, or actually 2 of them were extrication involved. That's actually, that road there, it used to be, Swamp Road was the bad road, but for whatever reason, we still get quite a few, but it's not, I don't think it's at the rate of speed that crossroad, we're seeing the accidents, and maybe that's why the accidents on that crossroad intersecting the routes are worse, because I think most people tend to catch, it's more a case of at 9 and Swamp Road, yeah, they didn't see it, so it's lower, I think it's a lower speed accident.
Right.
And 125, again, I think it's a lower speed. They didn't see the person coming. They did stop and they pulled out in front of them and stuff like that. But I think a lot of these accidents, they just, and not necessarily because they're blowing the stop sign, because they're not necessarily paying attention. It's a nice straight road. If you actually look at it on a map, that's pretty straight route from Gray to Brunswick. That's the people that use it. Most times it's not local people.
I got a pull up in front of me coming from Freeport towards Durham, coming from the Quick Community Church Road right across Rabbit Road, and it's not really a speed thing. It's a gradual slow down. Oh yeah, and then they just keep going and they turn while they're texting. I mean, it's perfectly clear what I can see what they're doing, and I had twice that whoops guy.
Is the state evaluating it as far as possibility of a light, flashing light there?
They're doing their own internal
Yeah.
investigation to see if.
Good idea, get that up there.
Yeah, meanwhile, the stenciling sounds great.
Okay,
We could use it, if we own the stencils, we could use it a lot of
I
places.
can use that all over town.
How much extra is it for like one of the, like the stop signs with a little flashing light on top with a solar light?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if that would help any. It would
Well-
be more at night that it would help probably.
My concern then, somebody would steal it. I mean, we just had in Pownell, somebody just took the stop sign, the blinking light, the whole assembly, took it all. If anything,
At Elmwood and
It's good in the man cave.
so we had to go up over the week, we had to go up over the weekend and put up so anything something that somebody might want to play with.
Shiny.
So I don't know, but,
Yep.
this, I think that will go a long way.
We're looking into it. And
I think that'll go a long way, and people see it in the actual, white paint on the pavement, it breaks it up, and they don't have to look over at the sign, they can see it right in front of them, so. Okay, we got the Welcome to Durham sign there, why you got that? Go with the-
life isn't slower anymore.
I know, well, you know what that was? That came from Pownell, actually. Good thing we didn't put it up here.
That's why I'd never heard it before.
I knew I saw it somewhere, but in the wrong town, but, so, myself, I like the sign. I'm just wondering if I don't know if the seal really does it justice, because you really don't have time to stop and study it, to look at it, and I don't know if it'd be better to take the seal off, move Durham up a little bit, and just put, like Lisbon has on theirs on the bottom, incorporated in 1789.
Yeah,
I think so.
That works,
That
yeah.
works better for me.
Because the seal gets confusing, because
Yeah.
it's so busy that nobody has time to stop and figure out what's all going on there.
What's that?
Oh,
Have you checked on size?
Yep, this is $2,200
No, size.
size.
Our ordinances.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, did. Left that for Paul, he said it was fine.
Okay.
So I haven't checked the ordinance, but Paul said it was fine, so
Okay.
that said, I did talk with DOT and got their final approval from all the various departments, had to go up and down the channels, and so this here, if you look at the picture, you see the metal brackets that go on the sides. And then those bolts of the granite, and they told me the granite posts are $130 a piece. So it'd be $260. Actually, I could wait till I got down there anyway, but it's like the.
Those metal brackets, are they powder coated?
I don't know.
If they are, there'll be less chance of them rusting, that's all.
I think he said they were. He
Yeah.
said they won't rust.
Right, okay.
So, and they must evidently have inserts or plastic sleeves, something threaded in the
Yeah.
granite. I know the one at Durham.
$2,500.
The one for Durham Public Works doesn't have any. It doesn't have this stuff. It's just right to 2 wooden posts, and that's not carved. Or it's this would be a way better.
This is just painted?
It's painted. It's if you
No,
look,
this one's carved.
If,
Oh, this is carved, okay. Oh, the one you're talking about wasn't carved. okay.
Now,
if you look down like the third one from the bottom, you'll see. As I guess I should have waited until I got down there to go over this, but it's red cedar,
Oh, okay.
and it's
what do you have in your budget?
the sign budget. I got to go look at it again. But
I mean, if we can't do it this year, put it in for,
Right,
put it in for next year. And maybe even consider, I'm thinking considering over time,
Couple more.
125 at Freeport, 136 at Freeport, and 136 at Auburn.
I think you
Just
should
like
be.
Lisbon did.
I think you should be proud of your town. And,
Yeah.
I agree.
Eh,
The taxes we pay.
I mean, I don't think we could do them all in 1 year, but
No.
yeah, I could put a planter underneath there, come down about a foot or two, and put a planter across a couple feet. If somebody wants to take care of flowers, or we could put some permanent. The fake ones now look so real that you can't even tell the difference. But if you wanted to put a planter in there, we could put them in the summer, take them out in the fall. That's what I used to do up in Dixie. We just put the plants in.
Just
The only
plant
thing,
some
the only
flowers
thing
around
bad
the
about a
bottom.
planter is it draws moisture.
Well, who's gonna go?
there's a catch basin there, I think, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there is. Yeah, but who's gonna go water them? That's the problem. Plant flowers. Somebody's gotta maintain them, and you gotta have a tank and a truck, and so.
Well, we'll start with the sign and then we'll.
Go with the sign.
Get the Lisbon Green Thumb Gang to do it.
They do a pretty good job over there.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so back to the report.
Ongoing ditching?
Yeah, just ongoing ditching. We've been shimming driveways, paving them back in, using reclaim to blend them back in so they don't have this.
Yep.
So plow won't hit that and tear it up. So I brought them back to plowable grade. And we've been prepping, working with Crooker, peppering the driveways for pavement on the aprons, the ones that were paved before that we cut back. There's a couple of them that they paved, they left it down 1.5 inches. We gotta go back and pave those in, put a shim in so that, and I guess we might as well discuss that. My vote is to wait and put the surface on next year. So that's why we left those down, is the Rabbit Road, is because we were thinking about coming back and doing it this year, but if we're not gonna do that, all the towns I know of are waiting, so. I checked with Crooker, he said Lisbon's gonna wait, so, except for the ones at school, so.
They're not gonna,
Yeah, so they're gonna wait. I mean, my recommendation is wait. Yeah, you do. There is a risk.
I just don't wanna get caught
Well, I
going
know,
back
but
to the town saying that we need more money.
There is a risk. Prices could go up. But,
Petroleum, you know how that goes, when we have the money and we're ready to go.
you know, so
Well, if we
mean,
do, I got a scapegoat. Calvin told me it was okay.
well, I can say, well, all the other towns are
In
doing
our
it.
existing contract with Crooker, don't we have that as part of it?
No.
It's got escalators built in, so if it goes up,
We can pay.
We pay more.
But I mean, I can't see it going. All the indicators I've talked to, the people I've talked to, have said they don't see it going up that much. If it did, they don't see it going up much. But
Oh, it needs one more big oil spill.
That's all. We don't have, that don't happen ever, does it?
No.
No hurricanes come through, wipe out a bunch of stuff, no.
A pipeline
Burst.
burst.
well, I can give you some scenarios the next meeting, maybe to show you what, you know, if it went to 70.
I kind of agree with the scenario that you gave us, you know, the waiting part, I get that, because I mean, I've seen other roads do the same thing, they get a little spot here or there, you fix it, then you do the whole thing, but, you know, on the other hand, we got the other issue of if petroleum goes up, everything goes up, you know? So
You like to
it
let
is
it go
kind of,
through, you like to let it go through one frost action, one season,
Right,
for things to
right.
move and settle, and then find, and then, things to settle, and,
yeah, well, I agree with that, yeah.
but, so, I'll come back to you with, next meeting with some, like if it went to this, it would be this, and give you some scenarios of what the extra would be, and it would just be for the surface pavement, so.
Right.
So I can come back with some more numbers.
How's the new truck?
New truck showed up today. Looks great. They came over, they got a plate today. Did you give them new plates? Or? I sent
Old
Ron over.
plates.
Oh, you're just gonna keep the old ones?
Yeah.
I sent Ron over with,
Otherwise, you would have had to go to Thompson.
oh, okay. So old ones are fine. I did make sure that the dealership was gonna take our name off the door. I said, I'm either gonna do it now, or unless you promise me you're gonna do it. They said they would. They said they always do. So, okay. I'll go with that.
Are you guys working on getting the trucks ready for the winter?
Yep. Scott's been in the garage all summer, so we should be.
I stopped by the other day, and it looks like looks like they're in pretty good shape.
And I've lately had people in helping them, so we've been having a little problem with flaggers. For some reason, all of a sudden, it's just, I don't know if it's everybody trying to get Freeport's ordering extras and different, with just, so everybody's in the same boat, but so tomorrow, I'm going to use Pat and one of their flaggers. They can only give me one, so I'm just gonna have the two get the radio. That's what we did last week, and we'll do it again. It works, so.
Probably cheaper.
Yeah. So that's what that next one is. New plow truck arrived today. So we've been repairing some washouts and getting caught up on a lot of spots where we've gotten behind. And the sign thing you have here, so there's the cost, 22 plus 260 for the post. Probably won't broadcast the paint. Probably. And a roofer, 29,000. I took the spreadsheet I used before that gave the per square foot, and they actually had to come down another $900 to get to that 29 because they would have been closer to 30 if I had used the per square price.
Oh, yeah.
They had, so his references were perfect. All the different schools and stuff he's worked for, all said he was perfect. And you see the engineer's report for the went out there with the engineer, look at that. Okay, that's why there was an extra. There was a different. So we've been getting holes developing in the road out there. So I've been out there and looked at them and said, okay, these are in bad shape. He's recommending within 2 years they be replaced. I mean, I don't make any guarantees. It could be a big hole and there's no bottoms, so, in at least the first two. So what I had him do was give me, I tried to get from him a likelihood of approval for the bond, for the grant. If we got that grant, they'll pay $90,000 or $95,000 with no matching fees. So what that would mean is that we would have to put in a stream smart crossing and open bottom culvert, and you'll see the price on page 3 is $94,400. So the alternative to that is we do it ourselves, which is what I just did in Pownell. Is our crew just did our own, but there's a lot more water down there, and I would say that if we hired it out, that's gonna cost us about 50,000 to have somebody come and do it the way, that 19,850 for us doing it would be about 50,000 if we hired it out to be done.
Can they slip line that at all, or is that too big to slip line? Check with Ted Berry about any of that?
I didn't check. I didn't check. My understanding is from talking with the engineer and Ted Berry is that unless you've got 7 or 8 feet of cover over it,
Right.
it's not cost
Effective, do that.
effective.
Or you can dig down
Right.
cheaper than you
Right.
could do it.
It's cheaper to dig than it is to pay for them. That was what they told me, so.
That makes sense.
And once you get down 7, 8 feet, you're getting,
So much
Costly.
overburden you to dig out.
so 94, so just so you see the scenarios there.
And when does this have to be done, with the next,
He's saying 2 years, but I'm
Next
saying.
2 years, we
but-
gotta figure
but-
this
but I
out.
mean- But I mean, we're getting holes in the road. But you look at the last page, and you'll see what a stream smart crossing looks like up top. You'll see that's an open bottom. So it's a natural stream bed in the bottom, supported by it's like a 3-sided box. It's like a box upside down that goes in. And an open arch is just a round metal culvert that goes around with open bottom, so the fish don't have to go through any obstructions. They just go right through the. And so he's saying that that those are a 50% block. DEP's rated all the culverts. This one's a 50%, and they're very familiar with the whole. I don't see. I could just do the application, put them in,
see what happens?
see what happens. But if we don't get it, we go back to putting it in ourselves or get a price for it. But I think we need to start looking at budgeting for it, because if they go in the middle of this coming year, if we have a big rain event, that could take all the gravel around the pipe, and then we have an open road. It's got to be fixed. So I don't know if you want to put that in as a capital improvement or keep it separate in the budget, but we're going to have to adjust that.
The budget's coming up, that's for sure.
Moving forward is to make sure we're prepared to fix those if they let go. So, take those home and study them over. Look at your options. So that's about all I got. The road's paved.
I certainly think it's worth, the engineer's notes indicate that the next round of grant applications is likely to be this fall. I think it's at least worth going through the application process and seeing.
Yeah, he gave me this, they look for the things they look for scoring purposes are how long of a detour would you have if that was gone? How far would people have to drive? And so, what is the fish? They're showing it a 50% block, so that's already got us up there much higher in the, it's been scored at 50%, so that's good.
Okay.
So the road's paved, Mineral Pond, Rabbit, trucks should be ready. New trucks here, old one's gone. That's about all I've got for right now. I just started, Brown Road is all tore up, we put new pipes in, down, Lawrence Road, Brown Road, they're just ripping them, and they're gonna have them done, so, a lot going on.
Any questions?
I already had a question for him. He's gonna get it from me, so.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure you can count all the trucks you got that are gas, though.
I have two, I forgot about that.
We got 2 1-tons.
Well, and we have been
gas.
using it a lot lately, because that's what we're using to shim the ends of the driveways with, so I'm thinking of
125 gallons in 4 days.
4 days.
And 4 days.
That's,
Back in 4 days.
yeah, that's why
smoking through
that's
some
why
gas.
we're asking, because it didn't make sense.
Yeah, and I haven't had a chance to, I have a sheet that we write down the mileage and the date, who put the fuel in, what vehicle it went into, so I can add those and compare them to the,
We'll get back to me.
if my sheet is showing 100 and then we're using 400, then we got a problem.
Thank you. Administrator?
I am gonna be at the MMA conference tomorrow and Thursday, so if you guys need me, cell phone's probably the best way to reach me. Other than that, the bond stuff's going good. Looks like we're gonna have a really good rate for that.
Good.
And that's about it. I usually put most of my stuff in the
Yep.
body.
Okay.
How do we make up with that generator? I don't remember if we,
Okay. They had to replace something, but I don't know what it was.
Did you pay for it yet?
I may have.
If you get,
So you're paying for something you don't know was placed yet.
if you get the bill.
Is it working now?
Theoretically, you never know unless we start losing power.
But it does a regular cycle
Once a week, isn't it?
once a week or one.
Yeah, it's been cycling.
Okay. Well,
Do we put a load on it, or do we just, does it just run?
It's like, hey, you get the wrong.
Talking
Well,
wrong
ask
person.
those questions, you need to ask
It's-
Paul.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
It's
saying.
the gallon
I've
power
been here when I've
systems,
heard it running, so I know it.
50283.
Not just recently, but I have heard it
Eureka
running.
Main.
Like,
Go click it out?
yeah, I don't know if it was.
No, that's the Eureka one had to be repaired as well. Ours would have been probably Hunter, but I don't see Hunter's bill in this.
So it's running.
Yeah, it is. I've heard it running. Yeah.
There was something wrong. They supposedly fixed it. We're hoping that that's it, because it was fairly expensive.
Good. Good. Do you have a mailing list of addresses in town, not including people that have 2 or 3 pieces of property? In other words, they may own 4 pieces of property, they only have 1 mailing address for their bills or whatever. Do we have that? I'm asking that because I was at that meeting last night for the.
You can make one.
Okay, well, that's what I wanted to know, because they're looking at doing something, and I said, geez, that's a good question. We got 3,300 people, or 5 or 6, but we only have really 1,600
Right.
mail-in residents, but I didn't know if that included people that have 2 or 3 or 4 properties. Because we don't want, what I was thinking, we don't want to send
Right, no, I
5
get.
duplicates or something.
Yeah,
Like
no,
Mr. Cop.
We certainly, I could actually, sort it, yes.
Well, Kevin may be getting a hold of you about that,
Questionnaires
but
for
I
the
just,
comp plan.
Yeah.
what's that?
Yeah.
Questionnaires for the comp plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Anything else? Selectmen's comments, upcoming meetings, there'll be regular selectmen's meetings held here Tuesday, October 18th at 6:30 PM, Tuesday, November 1st at 6:30 PM. Please note the town office will be closed Monday, October 10th
Yes, thank you.
for Columbus Day.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
You all have any comments? I guess you are.